All right. Hi, guys. Happy Friday from the past. I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys so that you know exactly where you're putting everything in this presentation down. So if you will take a look at your screen, you guys have a tab for themes, symbols, and foreshadowing. Go ahead and open up to that tab for themes, symbols, and foreshadowing. On the top half of that tab, on this part up here, you are going to write the definition for a symbol. We'll get to the other two later, so leave some space for those two things. But under symbol, you are going to write down the definition. All right, symbolism in literature. How does Steinbeck use symbolism in Of Mice and Men? All right, symbolism is a literary device that uses an object, person, situation, event, or action to create a deeper meaning in the overall context beyond a surface understanding. Go ahead and pause your video now. If you are the type of person that likes to copy down notes, pause, copy down. If you are the audio type of person, I'm going to read it one more time. A literary device that uses an object, person, situation, event, or action to create a deeper meaning in the overall context beyond a surface understanding. Go ahead and pause to write this down. Okay, so the next step of symbolism. All right, you know the definition. Great, sure, whatever. Why? How do you use it? All right, so we're going to do a quick example. What is this? All right, it's an apple. Cool, great. On the surface level, sometimes you're going to have objects like apples. And really, just at its base, all it is an apple. That's what it is. But then when you add the context surrounding that object, it makes it mean something different. So what does it mean here? Right? Even if you don't know this story, you know that a wicked witch giving you something is probably not a good thing. So this apple becomes a symbol of something completely different. It could be a symbol for evil. It could be a symbol for a spell. It could be a symbol for malintent, something harmful. The witch wants to harm the princess. All right, same thing in apple, but what does it mean now? Now a mother is giving the apple to her child. It could mean health, it could mean care, it could mean love, it could mean playfulness. All right, the same object in a different circumstance has now become representative of something completely different. Now what does it mean? All right, it's an apple. It's still an apple, but it looks a little bit different in this circumstance. Now it's a logo. Now it could mean money, wealth. It could mean a technological empire. It could mean that thing that I look at when I wake up every morning. It could mean your laptop or your computer. If you have an Android, this could be the symbol of evil, all right? If you don't like Mac, if you don't like Apple, this could be a symbol of evil to you. It can mean a lot of different things based on what you bring to the text and the context that surrounds it. So what I want you to begin to think about is, in Of Mice and Men, what do these different objects, these different repeated topics, what do they mean? How do they come to a point where you can say, oh my gosh, this thing has come up so many times because the author's trying to make a symbol of it. We've talked so much about Candy's dog because it is a symbol of something else. In the context, what does the dog mean? In the context, what does the dog become? All right, he's not just a dog, he's an old dog. All right, think about how he connects to other characters. How does the dog connect to Candy? How does the dog connect to Lenny? We've got other repeated topics such as rabbits. How does that softness, that innocence, that childlike nature connect to who Lenny is as a character? In context, a rabbit is it's outside of context, a rabbit's just a rabbit. In context, a rabbit could be symbolism for something else. So what does it look like step by step? First step, look for those repeated topics, all right? You've got a lot of them written down in your flipbook, which is excellent. Your second step is to ask, okay, what is it? All right, if it's rabbits, rabbits, great, you've got that idea in your head. Now move from what is it to what is the scene, what does the context make it mean, all right? What about the stuff that's going on around it? What does that make it mean? And then determine what the author meant by including it. So here's an example of what this might look like. You look for those repeated topics, all right? Candy's ancient dog. They've called it ancient so many times. So many people have commented on how old this dog is. So I'm going to ask myself, okay, what is it? It's an old dog. What does it mean? What does the context of the scene make it mean? So we know that Candy's dog is really important to him. He's had it since he was a little baby, and he raised this dog up to be a sheepdog. We also know that Candy's dog is called useless because it's too old. All it's doing is stinking up the place, all right? It's not adding to the quality of life of the other people around, so therefore it's useless. So what did the author mean by including Candy's dog? All right, authors don't just do things willy-nilly. They don't just make something red because they thought that red was a pretty color. If they include something intentionally, then they meant something by it, especially Steinbeck. He's very, very good at that. He's one of the things that he's known for, his intentionality of writing. So what did he mean by including it? We think about the people in the novel. Are they considered useful? Are they cast aside by society? Those who are not considered useful are cast aside by society. So we see some outcast people. Even Candy himself is not really considered useful because he's only got one hand and he's so old that he can't go out and buck barley with the rest of the young men. So is he useful or is he cast aside? Is Lenny useful or is he cast aside? Is he useful for his intelligence? Is the stable buck character that we have not fully met yet but we've heard about, is he useful or is he cast aside by society? Are people in this book cast aside often, or are they all included all the time? Where can you find evidence that this dog is kind of like some of the characters in the novel? Where can you find that evidence? So look for these things. Figure out what the author meant by including a symbol because they always mean something, I promise you. All right, get to work on getting that definition down in your flip book. Here it is again. If you need it, pause, use this, and put that down in your flip book.